That case, I think, so worried me that I had to take a few days off work just to find my own composure.
You thought the gin might have come to you. It was the grooming case, the Shannon case. You were involved with. That was the first case you were involved with, weren't you?
I defended in the Shannon Matthews case. Yes, the first big grooming case that was heard in Crown Court in Liverpool. I defended in that.
You were the counsel.
I was defence counsel in that.
Yes.
In fact, a TV documentary drama has been made in respect of that case. And that case proved to be a watershed in a variety of different ways, in the sense that as a result of that particular case, the police, the Crown Prosecution Service began to make decisions very differently from the way they had been made prior to that case. And as a result, great many cases of that type have now come before the court. I defended in a number of those cases, and as a judge, I have presided over a number of trials concerning that type of allegation.
So the Rochdale grooming case, that came after the Shannon case.
As far as the Shannon Matthews case is concerned, that captured the public imagination because of the nature of the allegation involved. It involved a young, vulnerable victim, and because of what had been done, the media took a great deal of interest in the case, and as a result, it received a great deal of publicity. I have to say that over the years, I've done great many cases that have challenged me personally as an individual, as a barrister, because of the subject matter, to a degree greater than the Shannon Matthews case, but they didn't receive the kind of publicity that was given to Shannon Matthews' case. But that case, again, raised a number of interesting questions about us as a society. I think the case that that has left a mark upon me was a murder case where, as a result of a revenge attack, 6 or 7 members of the same family were killed because this individual decided, for whatever reason, he was going to set a house on fire. And that case I remember for 2 reasons. Firstly, the elder of the household, the only individual who survived that fire, was a man in his 60s. He gave evidence with great grace, with great composure, with enormous generosity. And I was left wondering, how is it that a person who has had his family decimated could be so kind and generous? On the other hand, you had individuals who were accused of this heinous crime, and they demonstrated that when an individual loses his or her moral compass, how evil they can be. So the same case, on the one hand, was demonstrating the enormity of humanity, and on the other hand, you
complete
had
opposite.
Complete opposite altogether. And that case has left its mark for a number of reasons. And firstly and foremost, it demonstrates that the power of human good is many times more impactful than any act of individual evil by an individual. And then there was another case, and that case, I think about it even now. The case involved an Asian young lady who the family thought was possessed by jinns.
Ghosts.
Yeah. And they decided that they were going to commission a holy man to exorcise those ghosts. Well, as the jury heard, that holy man was neither holy, nor was he learned in any subject, and he didn't know what he was doing either. He was performing a ritual for the sake of, I don't know.
Money, probably.
But I really don't know what the drivers were. And in performing this ritual, he engaged in an act of barbarity, which resulted in a loss of life. And the only driver that I can see behind the actions of the person who was exorcising ghosts was idiocy and ignorance. That case, I think, so worried me that I had to take a few days off work just to find my own composure.
You thought the jinn might have come to you.
Fortunately, I mean, it is in the public domain, so I'm not discussing any privileged matters at all.
Yeah.
So I'm not telling you anything that I've learned from the client. But in the course of the evidence, it was asked of this holy man, what is your understanding of a jinn? And the response was, well, I've never read the Quran. I don't know what a jinn is. You are an educated man. So perhaps you can help me. And this is a person who had been commissioned to get rid of this jinn. And that just shows... well, the public needs to be very careful of charlatans, I think. I think that's the advice that I learned from that particular experience, yeah.